affordable housing, legal assistance for renters, and home repairs are critical issues for people here in the city of Detroit. Our partner, BridgeDetroit, is examining these needs and possible solutions as part of its summer conversation series on August 20th. The public is invited to attend a discussion on how residents can take advantage of resources for homeowners and for renters. I spoke with BridgeDetroit's managing editor, Christine Ferretti, about the event. Christine Ferretti, welcome to American Black Journal.
Hello, Stephen. Thank you for having me on today. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
it's great to have you here. And we should disclose up front that you and I work together as part of the BridgeDetroit team. Let's start here. Talk about this series of conversations that the BridgeDetroit team is having with Detroiters. This is the one that's coming up is just one of several that are taking place across the city.
Yeah, that's right, Stephen. So this is our third year in a row of doing, a summertime engagement. The first year we visited every city council district in Detroit, and
Mhm.
then we had like a final citywide type gathering to really at that point just get public feedback. We really wanted to just hear from people about what's going on, ask them some questions, have them share. Last year we formulated what we're doing right now, which you referenced, which is our community conversation series. So what we did is we really refined the top issues of importance to communities.
Mhm.
And what we did along with that, instead of just allowing people to have a dialogue with us, we wanted to bring in people from organizations and the city to give overviews of programs and support alternatives and let people get things addressed up front face to face.
Yeah.
We felt that was a really good way to do it. So this year we have 4 conversations. We are about to have our third on the 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. And we're holding that at Johnson Rec Center. And this conversation is an issue that is always at the top of the list.
Yeah, it's housing.
And to be an
Housing.
understatement.
Yeah.
So it deals with housing resources, home repair, renters' rights and renters' programming, things to help support people when they're facing an eviction or landlord problems. Even programs for landlords have come into play with the city and having
Mhm.
easier ways for people to be in compliance with the city's laws to
Yeah.
have habitability.
Yeah.
So we're going to cover all that stuff. We're going to offer a free dinner and conversation, and we hope that people will join us. This is really important.
And this is a big part of the Bridge Detroit model is to talk with Detroiters about what they're experiencing, what's going on in their communities, and then shape the news, the journalism that Bridge Detroit does around that. One of the things that really stands out about this upcoming conversation is this idea of home repair and
Mhm.
how much need there is for that in the city. We talk about it a lot in Detroit, but we don't quantify it much. But the
Mhm.
numbers are staggering.
That's absolutely true. I feel like in our recent reporting, we often reflect on even a U of M survey from 2021. And it showed that I believe it was almost 38,000 Detroiters have conditions that just aren't appropriate for them.
Mm-hmm,
People
mm-hmm,
have issues with their roof and with their
mm-hmm.
plumbing and, even just basic accessibility issues. I mean, it kind of runs the gamut, but I mean, that was even just a few years ago. And every time a program is created, and there are many,
Mm-hmm.
the interest level is extreme.
Yeah.
And we have multiple programs right now, and we will have people speaking on behalf of those at our event, including Laura Graneman, who's going to talk, from the Gilbert Family Foundation about a big $20 million program they had
Mm-hmm.
that immediately when it opened, it had hundreds of thousands of people trying to get through and get
Yeah.
in line for this.
Yeah.
And then also Renew Detroit, which is another city program, and it's a similar outcome there. You have so much people, this volume of people wanting this help, and we have wait lists, we have programs closing, with only being able to help a small group of this overall number.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
common theme.
Yeah. And then of course housing security
Absolutely.
is always an issue here in Detroit, and Bridge Detroit has done a lot of reporting about housing security. But at this conversation, people will be able to get information about how to make sure that they can maintain, a roof over their head is still a big question mark for a lot of people in our city.
And I will add, like, on that note, one thing we are doing here that we really haven't done much of in the past, we did do it for our event last year. We have called on various organizations who are either participating in our panel talk or just wanting to participate. We're going to have resource tables for people. So beyond just kind of hearing a little overview of these programs and what your opportunity even is to get involved in it, we will have tables set up at the event where people can go and get actual like signups, paperwork, some linked up with people who can further guide them, for things that are available. Because like I said, a common theme is that there are programs and either people don't know about them or how to get, on these lists or into the program, or the programs fill up so quickly that, the expectation just didn't even, you know, match what the real need is. And it's just another reinforcement of how vital this type of service is for Detroiters to have.
And there's a new program that's been announced recently about housing. What is that?
Yes, this is super timely, actually. This week, the city was talking about how applications are open for a new program called the Detroit Home Accessibility Program.
Mhm.
So what that is it's about 6.6 million in funding, and they have some partners involved. And this is specifically for um, people in the city that have disabilities
Yeah,
and who are low income. So this will allow up to 250 people to get assistance with accessibility improvements to their homes,
yeah,
which is a
yeah.
whole other element of things. You don't always hear that in the conversation. And people critical in this program were Detroit Disability Power, which is a group that works toward accessibility and other rights of people with disabilities,
Hmm.
and Mary Waters, a council person, of course, and Fred Durhall were advocates to get this supported and in place.
Yeah,
And they're also advocating for allocations to go toward people who are blind or have low vision, and also seniors with disabilities. So they'll all get prioritized in this new program, which, like I said, just was announced for people to start applying this week. And I'm sure we can bring that up at our discussion and inform people further about how you can
yeah,
qualify.
yeah. And if viewers want to attend the conversation, they just go to bridgedetroit.com and sign up. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It's a free program. Like I said, it'll have dinner, discussion, and resources available. We keep hearing that this is such a priority, and we're trying our best to meet the needs. And, please come, please give us feedback of what, you want more of, and,
Yeah.
how we can further help.